BxllaSavagx, back at it again with a fat ass minute for y'all. I was trying to think of some ideas to come up with for videos, and I figured I have a pretty good story time for y'all. All the names in this story are going to be changed for privacy reasons, of course. As you can read by the title, this is going to be a story about the boy that I met on meetme. Alright, so I don't know where to start, man. Okay, the boy in the story is going to be called, let's call him Barney. So I have a meetme account and I usually just go live on there. I don't really talk to anybody on there. Well, I used to. I don't really go live anymore. And you know, I was doing my live, doing my thing, you know, whatever. And Barney comes into my live. You know, he starts chatting with me a little bit, and on meetme, you can request someone to be in your live with you. So he requested, I accepted, being the nice person that I am, wanting somebody else in my live with me, you know. And you know, we started talking, and we hit it off pretty good. So I gave him my Instagram. He messaged me on Instagram and was like, hey, can we video chat? And I was like, sure. So we were video chatting for a little bit. Mind you, this all happened in one day. Not two, not three, one. During the video chat, he was like, already starting to catch feelings from me, I guess. Which is kind of weird, because it's like, we haven't even been talking for like 5 hours and you're already catching feelings from me. Like, it was from some creep type shit. He's like, can I come see you? Now, he lives the same state I live in, but he's like an hour and 30 minutes away from me. So he was like, can I come see you one day? Or no, he's like, can I come see you tomorrow? And I was like, me being the dumb young adult, said, sure. Not even barely knowing this guy, right? So tomorrow comes, the next day comes, and he video chatted me again, and he was, you know, getting ready to come down here to visit me. He was looking for a ride. He was going to take the bus, but I think he either missed the bus or the bus, he had to take like 2 separate buses, and he didn't want to do that. So he was like, let me just call up my mom, my homeboy, and see if he'll drive me down there. And I was like, okay, whatever. He in the car, and him and his homeboy started talking. I don't remember what his homeboy said, but Barney was basically like, you shouldn't talk about a female that way, or something along those lines. So I knew his homeboy was talking about some shit that he shouldn't be talking about. Mind you, his homeboy was young. He was still in his teens. So, mind you, the guy I'm talking to, Barney, is way older than I am. He's in his late 20s. He gets down here, and you know, he comes up the stairs, we hug, whatever. Y'all, he looked way different than his picture. Way different. First of all, the picture that he has on meetme and Instagram make him look like he in his 40s. When he came to my house, he looked like, we video chatted and whatever, but he still, even when we video chatted, he looked different on video chat. And then I saw him in person, and I was like, don't get me wrong, he was cute. He was pretty cute. But his lips were huge. Okay, his lips were freaking twice the size as mine. 1 time the size as mine, because twice is kind of excessive. So he got here, and we chilled for a little bit, and he's like, I want to take you on a date. And I was like, okay, where do you want to take me? To the mall. Which is fine, you know, I'm not judging anybody for where they take their dates at, but I'm like, we going to the mall? I thought we going to sit down and eat, you know, go to a restaurant, something. But no, our first date was the mall. My mom, Mama T, I'll put her video or her channel down in the description so you guys can go subscribe to her, check her out. But Mama T, my mom, she was kind of iffy about it at first because she's like, I already let a stranger into our home and you want to take my daughter on a date and I barely even know you. So, but she let me go. Yo, let me just put this out there real quick. When we were sitting in my room chilling, tell me why this take his money out, flaunt it around, talking like, yeah, I got money to spend, I got this, I got that, blah blah blah. I'm like, I don't care about your money. You think you really think you're gonna impress a female by showing her how much money you have? It's all about the personality for me. And that should have been red flag number 1 about his personality. But I was blind. So we get to the mall. I don't remember where the first place we went to was a perfume shop. He got me some perfume, which I appreciated. And he was like, we should go to Victoria's Secret. And I was like, huh? For what? And he's like, I just want, he's like, I want you to look at the clothes and the whatever that they have. I don't remember what he said. But I'm like, you know that's like a lingerie store, right? And he was like, yeah, I know. So we go to Victoria's Secret and there was this lingerie piece. It was really, really explicit, okay? He was like, how do you feel about getting this? And I was like, I was like, this is the first, this is what I was thinking in my head. Okay, this is the first date. He got me perfume, trying to give me lingerie. This ain't looking too good. But my dumbass accepted it. Mostly because I've always wanted lingerie, even if it was just one piece. Like, I just wanted to have those moments where I felt sexy for myself. That's why I accepted it. I wasn't putting it on for him. He wasn't going to see me in it. And funny part, when I was trying it on, he was like, can I see? I said, hell no, you can't see. They wouldn't even let him in the fitting room anyways, because like that's invasion of everybody's privacy. So I'm like, no. I'm like, you gotta stay out there. He was all sad, giving me puppy dog eyes and shit when I came out the dressing room, and I was like, dude, that's not gonna work on me. Anyway. Anywho. Because of my endometriosis, I wasn't feeling too good at that point. And I was like, he kept wanting me to eat, and I wasn't hungry at the time, but after we came out of Victoria's Secret, that's when I started getting hungry. And at that moment, like, when all this was happening, I had my tongue pierced, right? Still have it. And we stopped at a kiosk, and I was like, oh, I'm like, can I get some gauges or tongue rings? And he's like, yeah, sure, you know. And mind you, I wasn't trying to use this dude at all. He told me, first of all, we went to the mall. So that clicked in my head like, okay, he's trying to get me shit. Wasn't trying to use him. He did this all on his own. And this is going to be very important further on in the story. Got me like 4 tongue rings. Cheap as hell. But it's okay. That's how kiosks are. And we went to this is when I started getting hungry. And so we went to a burger joint across from the mall. You know, we were sitting there. We ordered our food. The food, oh man. When I tell you it was slap. It was slap. Oh! That burger was so good. I don't remember what I had on it. I think I had a 1 sauce, onion rings, lettuce, tomatoes, pickles. I think jalapenos came on it too. Oh man, it was so fire. Anyway, after we got done eating, he kind of wanted to keep shopping around the mall. But at that point, I was like, dude, I'm done. My feet hurt, my back hurt, my cramps hurt. That made no sense. My stomach hurts. And I was just ready to go home at that point. So once again, give me these sad ass puppy dog eyes. He called the Uber or ordered the Uber, and we went back to my place. This is where shit gets interesting. You know, I figured the date's over. He's gonna go home. We came back to my house, and I think that was when he dropped the bomb on me that he wanted to get a hotel room with me. I was gonna go. Mind you, like I said before, I was just stupid. I was craving that attention at that point in my life. So I was gonna go with him. I already knew what was gonna happen if I went. I went to my mom and I was like, hey mom, like, look, he's trying to get a hotel room with me. Like, is that okay with you? Like, do you feel any bad vibes coming from him? And as soon as I said that, she's like, you ain't going. Like, that's not happening. Because she already knew what he was going to try to do. I already knew what he was going to try to do. So why the am I still trying to go? So she was like, I just don't have a good feeling about this. And I was like, I was being kind of defiant because I really wanted to just have that attention. And I don't know, maybe I was just craving it at that moment. Maybe I was just in the moment. I was like, you know what? YOLO. But YOLO can get you in trouble. I told him he already reserved the hotel without me even knowing it. Like, he called up there. He was like, hey, can I get one room, one bedroom, or one bed? And I went back in my room and I told him, I was like, look, I'm not going. I'm like, I don't know you that well. I don't know if you're going to try and take advantage of me. I didn't tell him that part, but that's what I was thinking. Once again, sad puppy dog eyes. And I was like, dude, I'm like, I can't do this. I'm like, if you are going to give me this attitude because you can't get your way, this isn't going to work. And he even told me, he was like, well, I already reserved the room. I already did this. I already did that. And I was like, you're going to just have to cancel it then. And I was like, he kind of was just like, okay. And I was like, are you mad? I'm like, do you have an attitude? Like, we went back and forth. I was like, do you seriously have an attitude? And he was like, no, it's fine. No, it's fine. No, it's fine. I'm like, dude, cancel the mother room so I can go on with my day. Excuse my language, I'm sorry. So, he was on the phone with the people again, canceling the room. And he just went off on these people. He was like, look, I'm trying to cancel the room. Yada, yada, yada. Yeah, yelling at them. The dude on the phone didn't do nothing. Nothing. And I wasn't in there for the whole conversation when he was on the phone. So I don't know exactly what the man said to him to get him so riled up. But he made up this story about how the dude was disrespecting him and said some shit to him. I don't remember what he said to him. But it's basically all some bullshit. Okay? He's like, now I don't know where to stay. And I was like, well, you ain't staying here. That was my first thought. I'm like, you ain't staying here. And I thought about it for a minute. And I was like, you know what? Let me go talk to my mom. See if you can sleep here for the night. Because mind you, he did live an hour and 30 minutes away from me. So I'm like, let me go talk to my mom. See if you can stay here for the night. Whatever. Talk to her. First reactions. Hell no. She said, hell to the no. I was like, Mom, like, he ain't got nowhere else to stay. And she's like, what about the room he reserved? And I was like, he already canceled it. And she's like, well, she's like, you should have waited until he got your official answer before he canceled the room so his black ass could stay in the room. So I tried to convince her, she wasn't budging. So I was like, dude, I'm like my mama said, give me 1 second, y'all. My bad. We had our window open, and we got neighbors that smoke cigarettes. And sometimes when we have the window open, it comes through the screen, and it just smells all bad. Anyway. And so I, kept trying to convince her because I didn't want to see him out on the street because we were homeless for 4 years, as I explained in my other video. And I was like, I can't see anyone be put out on the street. So I was like, Mom, please, like, come on, man. He ain't got nowhere to stay. Like, can't just be compassionate, like, all this shit. And she finally budged. Her only stipulation was he had to sleep on the couch, and I had to sleep with her. I was like, okay, that's fine. That is fine with me. So I told him, I was like, you can just stay here for the night. He's like, no, I'm not gonna, I'm just gonna catch the bus. And I was like, dude, the buses stop running at 8:30. How are you gonna catch the bus back home? Like, I was being so compassionate with this. It was ridiculous. So he kept going back and forth with me about staying at my house, and I was like, I'll make sure you get home in the morning. So he finally said yes, and that was the end of day 1. Day 2, I don't remember exactly what happened that morning. I think, my mom, him, and I all sat down at the table, had this long, deep conversation. And my mom asked him, she said, what are your intentions for my daughter? He don't say, I just want your daughter to fall in love with me. What? I'm like, dude, we just met. Like, he said that, and I kind of froze. And I think my mom did too. So I'm like, dude, we just met. Hasn't even been a full 48 hours. So that caught me off guard. My mom, like a few hours later after we got done talking, he wanted to take me to go get my nails done. So I was like, okay, I ain't never gonna pass up some nails. That's just me. I ain't gonna pass up some nails. So I'm like, okay, you wanna spend more money on me? You can't throw this shit back in my face. I'll make it sit down in a minute. And so my mom went to go pick a friend up from school, and I was already graduated. You feel me? So I didn't have no school. Anyway, so she dropped us off at the nail place, and she said, call me she said, call me when you guys get finished. And I was like, okay. So his toes done. I understand pedicures and manicures. Like, his feet, I'm not gonna lie, his feet were nice. He has some nice ass feet, which is pretty, it's very rare. So I don't judge men that have their feet done, because I don't like no crusty, dusty ass feet. So, it was fine getting his feet done. And I will insert the clip of what my nails look like in the end. They were super long, super duper long. I love long nails. So I called my mom. I was like, hey, we're done. And so she picked us up. He gonna say, you should come back with me. I said, come back where? And he was like, you should come back to my place with me. He lived in a trailer with 2 dogs, 2 pit bulls. And my dumbass self said, okay, I was gonna go. And he's like, I'll get us some alcohol, we can turn up, blah, blah, blah. Mind you, I'm still underage. I told my mom, I'm like, I'm just gonna go back with him. I'm like, he won't leave me alone about this. She looked at me, she's like, you're making a very unwise decision. And I was like, I don't know how wise I'm being right now. I'm like, but he won't stop bugging me about it, so I'm just gonna go. We got back to the house. I thought about it for a minute, and I'm like, I'm like, I was already sexually assaulted twice. That's a whole nother story for a whole nother time. I'm like, if he tries to do this to me, my mom cannot. He's not right down the street. He's an hour and 30 minutes away from us. So I was like, I ain't going. Oh, don't do it. Oh my God, I ain't going. So I told him, I was like, I'm just gonna stay here. He's like, what? But I got you alcohol and we're supposed to go and have a good time. I was like, I'm not going with you, baby. It's not happening, baby. And he copped an attitude once again. And I was like, I'll make sure you get home by the time you get home. Because mind you, he did have 2 pit bulls that he had to take care of, that he left in cages while he was gone. And all he kept saying was, I need to get back to my dogs. I need to get back to my dogs. And I understand. I understand dogs cannot go a fat ass minute without being let out. So I understood that. But he would not stop saying it. Like the first 2 times, I got it. Okay, you have to be home to your dogs. He said this shit like probably 7 times, but from when he was here. So I'm like, I'll make sure you get home. You know, it's not a big deal. So my loving ass mother, bless her heart, drove him to the Greyhound station. And when she came home, or she was on her way home, he gonna text me and say, your mom dropped me off at the wrong place. I missed my bus. I was like, you should have told her where to drop you off then. So she came home, and I was like, Ma, where did you drop Barney off at? And she was like, I dropped him off where he told me to drop him off at. And so I texted him, and I was like, she said she dropped you off at the right place. No, she's lying. She didn't drop me off at no damn bus terminal. And then he was like, you told me that, you told me you'd make sure I would get home. I was like, I did everything I could do in my power to get you home. The rest is on you. Day 3 comes. I text him, and I was like, hey, I'm like, did you make it home okay? He was like, yeah. At that point, y'all, I was done. So I texted him. I tried to let him down in a very nice way. Don't know exactly what I said. I wish I still had the messages, but I don't. So I basically just told him that this isn't gonna work. Like he had this vibe about him, about him, where he seemed very controlling, and he had mad anger issues because of his past or whatever. So I texted him, I was like, this isn't gonna work. I'm like, you're too controlling. You flaunt your money around like it's nothing, and it really is nothing. I don't see money. I'm not obsessed with money. Money is I know we need money to survive, which is sad. I wish we could just go back to the days where they traded shit. I really do. I was like, you flaunt your money around. I'm like, I don't care about no money. I'm like, thank you for the gifts that you got me, but this shit is not gonna work. Yo, he gonna text me and say, he gonna tell me, his exact words were, I knew you weren't serious about this relationship. I knew it was all a fraud. I knew you were just playing games with me. I knew you just wanted me for my money. Oh, you were talking to me? Oh, okay. I texted him back. I said, first of all, you got me those gifts without me even saying anything. I'm like, so the fact that you threw that shit back up in my face isn't fair. Second thing is, this wasn't a relationship to begin with. We were friends, homeboy. We were friends. And if you watching this, we were just friends. Okay? You took shit way too fast. You took it way too seriously. And I wasn't having no part of that. So I'm like, I tried to let you down in a nice way. I told him this. I'm like, I tried to let you down in a nice way, but now you're just pissing me off. He was like, I hope you enjoyed using me. And I was like, I didn't use you. I'm like, I did not want your money. And I told him, when he first got to the house, I told him, the only thing I look for in a person is a bomb-ass personality and a good-ass character. That is it. The rest of that material shit is material shit. Y'all, I'm sorry for my mouth. I'm getting really heated just talking about this. Like, it's bringing me back to when it happened. But anyway, I basically just let him down, and I told him that it wasn't going to work. And he texted me. He said, thanks for using me. Have a nice life. I said, it was bye, bitch. And after that, you know, I never heard from him again. That was it. That was the last time I heard from him. And, you know, part of me felt like I put my mom and I in danger because I didn't know what this was capable of. Barney did tell me that he was in the military, so I don't know if he had guns on him. I don't know if he had a knife on him. I don't know if he's going to come back and try and hurt me because I used him. So all this shit was just going through my head, and I was like, what the hell did I just do? But God always has our back. Nothing happened. I prayed to him, and I spoke to him, and I was like, Lord, I'm like, just protect us. Because I let this stranger in our home, in our place of peace, and I barely even know this dude. But he had our back. He never talked to me again. I never saw him again. I blocked him on meetme. And then tell me why. Tell me why. Like, I think this was last month or the month before. I get a Instagram notification, a message. He gonna try to invite me to his live. Invite me to your live. I thought I blocked you and everything. Why are you trying to invite me to your... That being boozled me. Because I'm like, I let you down. You said I used you. And you want me to come join your live? Boy, bye. Please. Yeah, so that was a story of the boy I met on meetme. Even though he was in his late 20s, he acted like a little ass boy. He don't get the title of a man. That was the story of my little meetme encounter. I'm probably never going to use meetme again. I'm probably going to delete it off of my phone because I barely go live on there anymore. I have a new app I go live on. Probably going to go live on YouTube when I get more subscribers, so I'm not even going to need meetme. I get weird ass messages from people. One guy had a foot fetish, but that's a whole nother story. So yeah, I'm gonna delete meetme and just never look at it again. So hope y'all enjoyed the story time. It brought me back to when it happened. So if I'm very animated, that is why. So yeah.